we get an advice on this day from Strive on how to start on giving back to the community.
Shifting to philanthropy a bit, in addition to your success as an entrepreneur, you've funded the education of over 40,000 children across Zimbabwe and Africa. How must it feel to have come so far from humble beginnings, and what has motivated you to give back in such an extraordinary way?
Well, first of all, I'm really excited this week because we just got an announcement that we got a Rhodes Scholar out of our program this year.
Wow.
And we got one last year. And I think that's our third or fourth now. And it began like a lot of things. I don't think my wife and I sat down and said, let's give back. Because to be honest with you, we started when we didn't have any money. So there was almost nothing to give back if you think of it that way. There was a crisis in Africa at the time, which was HIV/AIDS. People were dying on a scale you cannot imagine. If in my small business, I was burying members of my workforce every week. We actually thought we were all going to die. That's how it felt living in Africa in 1990, 91, because of the HIV crisis. And what made the crisis so difficult were the children. What would we do with the children? I knew what happens when children don't go to school. We had Liberia to tell us about that. Child soldiers, all sorts of challenges. You could rip apart a country if these kids did not go to school. So for us, it was responding to that, and we came up with this model, which my wife then said she was going to run full time. It was basically, if we can find a relative to the child, rather than try to institutionalize any children, let's find their relatives and tell their relatives we will meet the economic side. We'll pay for school fees, we'll give you some food, we'll help with clothing, and so forth. So it began as a little program really around our own employees. And we probably had 50 when my wife kind of began to do it on a full-time basis. And she'd come from work and she would just make sure these kids were looked after. And one day, just walked in and said, actually, there are 5,000 that we now help. And we've extended it beyond the company because people keep bringing these kids to us. So we built it from there. And as of this year, 20 odd years into it, we've assisted 250,000 that went through our system of education. We began to, wherever we went, the first thing we told our management team, so if we went to Botswana or Zambia, any country, you've got to set up the program, you've got to support it. So we support it across every single country where we operate. And then we select from those kids the really high performers. What do you do if it's 16 and you've got a genius on your hands? Do you say, go home? We just treat them like our own kids. We help them apply for scholarships to Stanford and Harvard and wherever. So we have 354 in the United States this year of our kids. And we've got some in China, some in the UK, and so forth. And we help them along. And so it's been a great program to see.
So what you have to do now, other than subscribing to our channel, please comment on the video below and tell us if what Strive said really resonated with you. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Maro.